Hey everybody, welcome to the Green Architects Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Chris Briley.
I'm your host, Phil Kaplan. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Phil, let's do this again.
Part two,
right back at it. Let's just dive right in. As if there was no break in between, but catching you all up in case you missed what happened. You missed part one. We introduced the whole CSI specification divisions. And so with your specification, we took you right up to Division 8, which is windows and openings.
That's right.
And then we said, time out. We're going to do windows. And we did the windows episode. And now time back in. We're
back on finishes.
Is there a symbol for time back in? It must be. You're sportsy.
Yeah, I
game on. You just shout,
come on in.
Car is gone. Back in the.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so.
Play ball.
But before
that, even though it's part two, the good news is that it means we get to have a second drink.
Whole new cocktail for a whole new day. I get to do this one, right?
Yeah, we're going to call this part deux. Because you're going to give us a little, you can pronounce the cocktail in French.
But of course, again, it is the Boulevardier.
Very, very good.
Yeah, or Boulevardier. How was that?
I think Boulevardier is the worst one.
Boulevardier.
Boulevardier. You got how we say it in Maine.
Let's just get ourselves a little Boulevardier.
Yeah, that's a Boulevardier.
So, what we have here.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's just cheers. Boulevardier. That's a good one.
Oh, if you could just see the shape of this beautiful spherical cube.
The spherical cube. It's a sphere. All right. So
you're right. It's not really a spherical cube.
Yes, it is.
That's a geometric impossibility.
I should show you Alex's impossible triangle that it whips out for clients. Mm-hmm. Like any two of these things you can have. You have to cover up one of the corners, and it's the whole cheap, fast, whatever.
Got it. Right.
You want three things, like privacy, energy efficiency, and a complete view, 360 around the. It's like you can't. These are all
right. Like fast, cheap,
right, and quality.
Yeah,
right. You can have two,
right,
and pour. Anyway,
but now you can get three because there are exactly three ingredients in the Boulevardier.
That's right. In fact, it's good to think of the Boulevardier as the bourbon Negroni.
Totally,
perhaps, because it's the same, trinity of. You got your booze and then your bitter and your sweet vermouth in this case. So
right, and the mix is a little different, but that's kind of it. It's kind of like a Negroni with bourbon instead of gin.
Because the bourbon's going to change the whole flavor of what you're doing. It's a lot more warmer, a lot more it was bourbony with the bourbon. So we've got. So this is the base. So it's two parts. It's a 2-part, 1 part. So what we've got is 1.5 ounces of bourbon. We've got 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. You can use whatever sweet vermouth,
but keep it fresh.
1
month. If it's been in your fridge or open for more than a month.
Yeah, remember the bottle. Fortified wine. It was whatever percent. It's not.
Yeah, it's not a liqueur.
Right.
It doesn't last forever.
Fortified, so the Brits and the Italians can travel the continent, but no more than that.
That's it.
And
then you're done.
Yeah, then you're done. You need the tough stuff for that. But also 1 part or 3/4 of an ounce of an Italian aperitif or an Amaro, for your Negroni, that's Campari. And I think anytime you look up a Boulevardier online or something like that, it's going to be Campari.
That's right.
But because we're the Green Architects Lounge, we gotta go finding other things. This is Briley. This is a wonderful Amaro. Highly recommend. Goes great with other cocktails and things. So we're substituting the Campari for that.
And I'm pretty sure it's the same folks who do Campari and Cynar. They're now distributing the Braulio.
Right.
So you can get it. It's not that obscure. It shouldn't be. So hopefully you can get it. It's yummy. It's a little bit more alpine.
Right.
And then, of course, we menthol flavor.
Garnished with a little orange. This is a stirred drink because there's no citrus in it, of course. Express the little, orange over the top. Give it a little swirl there. Bon Drunko.
Cheers.
Say in Italy.
Yeah,
because
en français. Beautiful drink.
Little berry.
There's St. Chris Briley.
Yeah. And we're back. Hi. The drink's still going. I drank the whole time they were talking.
All right. So one of the things we're starting with is it's section 9.
Right.
And that's finishes. So one of the interesting things about our specifications, like, we're geeks. You hear us talk about energy and energy use all the time. We don't really talk about that with finishes, not specifically. There's some different metrics that we think about in order for finishes to be sustainable. We think about things like, is it durable?
Right.
Does it last?
Yeah. Is it good for your indoor environment? Is it toxic, or is it good for the planet?
Right. It's good for the people. Is it good for the plants? Or is it good for the workers who produce it, who cut it on site? Like, those are things we think about.
Absolutely.
Is it flexible? Like, is it something that can change over time? And this is kind of important when you think about accessibility. Like, I'm sorry to tell you this, Chris, but we're getting older.
What?
Yeah, it's true. What? Did you not hear? We're getting older, Chris. Let me speak up. We're getting older.
Anyway.
But, like, if you're getting older, things that worked for you when you were younger may not, we have accessibility guidelines.
Right.
So we just have to be prepared to not live the exact same way that we do when we're younger.
Right.
And
that's not something that necessarily gets integrated into your specs per se, but these are things that we think about when we're choosing materials that we're putting into our specification.
That's right. Things that are kind of, you think about things that are timeless, that are durable, but also, like, people change.
That's right.
So, and we'll get a little more specific as we kind of go down the list.
Good job being more specific for our specification.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And just as a real quick primer, like, see these ingredients, this board right here, this is our specification for our cocktail. And for every project that we do, we have a specifications manual as well as drawings. Everyone thinks of us as doing drawings. I'm catching you up. You did part 1. Congratulations. I'm repeating myself. But in case you're just now tuning in, that's what we're talking about, is that set of instructions that helps protect the design during the construction process, so that you hang on to these critical things and you can, keep the sustainability and high performance in your project as the fog of construction, settles in and starts chipping away at it. So,
right.
So
let's talk about some sort of, like, overall places to look at before we dig into our specifics.
Good job.
So in terms of resources, the AIA Materials Pledge.
Yeah.
It's a resource in how your firm can holistically evaluate building products. So as architects, we have that handy, and they have 5 categories: human health, equity, ecosystems, climate, and circularity. So that's a good resource. ILFI is another really good one.
Yeah. Living Building Challenge. If you've done a Living Building Challenge project, you know that you've got, if it's similar, you've got petals instead of your other categories. And the one, of course, that makes you tremble with fear is the red list categories, the materials petal. And of course, the red list is a list of materials that you're not allowed to have in the project. And if you must have it, you have to kind of prove that you did everything you could to get rid of it, but you need it for whatever.
Right. And these are all the words with, like, 4 syllables.
Yes.
And above.
You'll look at the list and be like, this doesn't help me. How does this choose, my paint, or whatever it is, my sheetrock. Does this list help me? But once you start digging into it, and you can actually have, there are declared labels, and these are products that have already put their product through the ILFI
testing list.
Yeah. So they are basically
vetted.
Yes, it's an EPD, Environmental Product Declaration, where they are expressing what is in your product. Imagine, like your food label has everything that's in it, the ingredients and a basic percentage and that sort of thing in order of whatever. Well, that's what your declare label does. You can see what's in it. And they are allowed a certain percentage that's proprietary, but not if it has red list materials in it. Anyway.
And I was going to say that our firms both have the benefit of working on a living building project. And we learned a ton. It's an expensive thing to go through, so you really have to consider yourself lucky if your clients will pay for that for their buildings. But we did some good learning, but that learning is in that documentation. So
right. And we've got a
ILF
We've got a podcast on ILF on Living Building Challenge down there. Dig for it. It's there in case you're interested. So let's
just jump right into some of the finishes.
Division 9.
Yeah.
So like,
what's on every wall in the interiors?
Paint, or you want to say sheetrock?
It's sheetrock, right? Like sheetrock. I usually think of sheetrock as something that's not necessarily that bad. It's not a toxic material. It's made of gypsum.
Yeah.
We're doing okay with using sheetrock, and I think probably as a result, we haven't seen a ton of other things that have come and replace it.
Right.
It's affordable. It's not bad for you.
Yeah, there was that moment when there was a lot of Chinese sheetrock that was testing for, there was radioactive or whatever. It had a lot of heavy metals and things in it, but I think that problem is by and large taken care of. But do you remember you had that? You had a pet product once that was
a rewall.
Yeah,
right. That was all like recycled materials, and I think
juice boxes.
They had one thing that was like all crazy colors, and it was kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
And they still offer products now, and they're not crazy colors. So, because it turns out not everybody wants every wall to be made out of juice boxes and look like it. So they have things that are a very different sort of tamer palette. They're still out there. We have not used it yet. We have not specified it.
Right.
Have you?
I think we tried to get it on the project, and for some reason or another, probably availability. There's probably speed and availability. It didn't make it.
But I love giving it the shout out.
Me too.
I think it's the kind of thing that we need to keep getting attention to these things and try to get them in our projects.
I'd love to talk about flooring if you want, because that's like...
I would love to talk about
Well, no, I mean, like, in terms of finishes, I don't know why, but it's like there seem to be there's a lot of focus on it because it's the surface that gets the wear and tear, and that everyone thinks about that durability category that you were talking about. And so... we've said this before, but carpet I'll speak personally, pretty much anti-carpet. If I can not have carpet, I'm pretty happy about that. I'd usually like to go without hardwood. And so we don't have carpet in our specs. We have a paragraph for when we do what carpet it is. And it's usually a, depending on the project, is sometimes it's a carpet tile or it's like an interface product that has recycled fibers, and even better if it has a sub-recycling program, meaning when you're done, you can call up this company and they will take it. They're not going to go in and remove it. You have to remove it and have it in its own nice pile, unsullied from other stuff, but and then they will take it. I've never done this. I don't have a project old enough that has been removing these products. But if you think about, Phil, like offices and restaurants and hotels.
Well, how many times they turn over,
and how many times they turn over?
Like, what do we do with all that stuff?
Yeah, and like sometimes you'll see this restaurant that was like, it's like 3 years old.
If that, like restaurants turn over in 6 months,
and they're like removing all the carpet and all that stuff. It's just in a big old pile of dumpster, and I'm like, if the original person did hardwood, did tile, did something, then this wouldn't be happening. So it's one of those things that, and the stat that always gets people is, because it's also the indoor air quality thing, like that, it holds on to pollutants, right? So the average carpet weighs 3 times
gross
more going out than it did going in.
Like dust mites and collected.
Your skin.
Yeah.
Your skin.
Yeah.
And dirt and whatnot. But so anyway, that's just saying a carpet, let's not, but the specs is where you're going to say what kind of carpet. Because if you don't, someone's just going to go shopping for it, put it in, and it's going to be some nasty fiber that's going to put microplastics in everywhere. And that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, there are like natural material carpets out there. There are wool carpets, and mostly, and yes, you could get them wall to wall. Yeah, but natural materials are great. And again, we talked about like durability and things changing over time. If you do that, don't make a wall to wall carpet. You have something that it's just like an area rug. So natural materials are great for floors, but as in terms of durability, not always so good.
That's right. But there are some really good wool rugs and things. And
There absolutely are.
You can.
It's beautiful stuff. Let's not forget about.
Let's not.
Comes the sheep. Other flooring, natural materials, cork.
And that's right. Yeah. In fact, we're looking at that on the project right now. Do that cork, which of course is rapidly renewable. We've got linoleum. We're talking about like sheet goods, like in a place where, I don't know, like the arena that vinyl plays in, or LVT, which I'm gonna commence an eye roll in 3, 2, 1. Oh, good. So, because it's luxury vinyl tile, it's just.
Is that what the L stands for?
Yeah, dude.
I never actually knew that.
Yeah, luxury vinyl tile, which just shouldn't be together. Should not. An oxymoron. Anyway, sorry. No, so like we're trying not to do the vinyl composites when you could have linoleum, which is a linseed oil.
Linseed and like burlap on the backside.
Yeah.
Like, it's still like they used to make it many, many moons ago, and it's very similar formulation.
Yeah,
as I understand it.
I think Radio City Music Hall, the black stage, is original 1929. I'm making up numbers, but 90% of numbers are made up on the spot anyway. So. It's still there. I don't know if I finished that sentence. It's still there. Oh, okay.
Right. So linoleum, we specialize. Marmoleum is a brand name we use.
For where we're at. Yeah.
Another one, but they're out there and a really solid product.
But like in my mind, Phil, like there's really no substitute for like a local hardwood. If we're doing like a hardwood floor, or if we're doing like not a slab, I
bet I could say 80% of all your flooring in your houses that are not on a slab, are hardwood floors.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, because even if it's a tile or linoleum, they're just for bathrooms, not much.
Right.
So
that's right.
Yeah, and
it's durable. It's local. You can get it FSC, or you can even get it from a mill that which is just as good. And it gets it from a sustainable.
And durability, like you can sand that stuff down,
right,
for years, really.
And then that brings us to the alternative to that, like maybe it's going on a slab or something like that, but it's an engineered floor, right? We're just kind of like going through products right now, but these are things that you can think about in your specs. And but that's basically like plywood, tongue and groove, but that top I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch is an actual hardwood veneer that you can sand 1 or 2 times. And so it tongues together, and because it's on an engineered floor, it doesn't have the same movement that a natural wood would have. So it sort of takes that movement out. So it's really good for going on top of slabs, concrete for reed slabs. But again,
I don't think we need to go through all the different species that we use for flooring. If you can specify FSB, we've talked about that. FSC. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We can specify FSC. Yeah. That's where we start.
Yes.
And then find something that looks good and is durable and is local to you. You can sand down over time, and you're in pretty good shape with the wood floor.
Right. And so when you're doing these composites, maybe we're going to start pivoting to some composites.
Yeah.
Wood and materials. Well, when you're doing that engineered floor, you've got plywood, which means you have adhesives in that wood fiber. And of course, that means you're also probably introducing formaldehyde into your indoor environment, which is a carcinogen.
That's right. 4 syllables.
Anyway.
No good. No, 4 and above.
No good. That's right. Don't need it in your house. Right. Just like cork. Got it.
That's good.
Good. Oak. Awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
Maple.
Maple. Yeah, too. Yeah. It's good. All right.
Linoleum.
Linoleum. So the linoleum. Oh, darn. So there's a new standard now, which we talked about this, I think, in the first part, so I won't hit it, but it's sometimes called Title VI or the TSCA Title VI. And basically, if a product is Title VI compliant, then that means it has met third-party certifications for low formaldehydes and VOCs. And so look for that for your products, especially if it is composite wood. And I'm talking about plywoods, OSBs, MDFs, medium density fiberboards, anything that's your cabinets, your doors, your tongue and groove engineered flooring, things like that.
Okay.
And then that's flooring. I feel like
the only other thing is tile. We didn't talk about tile.
Right. Tile is generally a kind of a high embodied carbon material. However, its durability is off the charts. So it's one of those things. If you know it's going to be there.
There's a couple good products out there. There's like terracotta. It's a good natural material tile.
Sure.
Fireclay is a product that I know we specify sometimes.
Right. Less in terms of the kiln fire. Like porcelain is heated at even higher temperatures than your ceramics, and less than, or even more than. So it's like terracotta, ceramic, porcelain.
Yeah.
So the lower you are.
So is that true? So terracotta takes less to fire. Okay.
Yeah. That would be why.
That would be why. All right.
And then you can just have sun dried, and then you can just have the natural rammed floor.
Like, just go outside and bang chunks of earth.
Specify that? You've done the earth?
No.
Neither have I.
It's crazy.
Neither have I.
I love the idea.
Yeah.
Your friends in Vermont have done that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they swear by it. They're like, you can walk on this and sweep it and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Do you think, with dirt, isn't it going to flake off? Maybe a little bit.
It's so cool.
Not that bad.
Yeah. All right. Are we done with flooring? Is there anything else?
Let's talk about flooring, but
I think that's good.
You want to talk, coatings, or what do you want to do next?
Paints, coatings, things like that.
And coatings. So, same thing. Like we now are blessed with having low VOC, even zero VOC paint if you don't have a lot of color.
That's right.
To it. And that's another thing. Like I'll throw that in there. You can specify zero VOC all you want on your specs, but if you turn right around and make it a deep red, guess what?
You're going to have a few of those
VOCs.
Pigment has to be made out of something.
That's right. Right. And we're talking about solvents. We're talking about things that are liquid that are going to become solid when it reacts with air. And so to have that means to have a solvent, usually, unless you're using some of these other products.
Like the lime wash stuff, lime paints.
Like lime. So you've got milk paints. Remember the old fashioned?
It actually has like casein in it. Is that how you
Yes. Yeah. I think that's how you pronounce that. But I don't know. I'm drinking a French drink. What do I know? But yeah, you've got your Vermont natural coatings. We use them all the time for a number.
Yeah, just on wood.
You're
treating like bare wood.
Yeah, and for
you want like a natural finish or clear finish.
Clear
something
finish,
like a water-based finish. The Vermont Natural Coatings is one of them.
Yeah, and there's a company called AFM Safe Coat.
Mm-hmm.
They have all kinds of paints and coatings. They have a whole suite. I'll give them a shout out because we had very chemically sensitive clients, and theirs were some of the only paints they could tolerate. Shortly after it's being applied. So that was, really great. And then you have the American clay. And you mentioned the lime paint, which is like the Atelier company, the color Atelier.
Yeah. It's just a natural mineral based paint.
Right. Which is really neat to not need a solvent to put on color. You're just applying color to a wall. Do you need all this high tech stuff?
That's so interesting.
Yeah, instead of being like outside.
That's kind of what they used to do, right?
It's totally what they used to do.
One of the heads ups though is that you can specify a very low VOC, but sometimes builders don't like this because they take longer to dry.
Right.
So they will do something else, and
or even more
nice and dried and covered over again by the time you're back out there to check what's what, and all the cans will be gone.
You know what I run into more than that? It is my paint guy likes this stuff.
Yes, because he won't stand behind it.
Yeah, he won't stand behind it unless he uses his stuff that he uses, whatever.
Right, or we're going to have an extra coat of this one. You want to pay for that?
Right. Yes, I do because it's I don't right now. I'd rather my clients. I guess.
Yeah, but my clients don't want toxicity
crap in
their houses. Yeah. So yes, we do want to.
Because people, we're talking about a house that's tightly air sealed. So the industry lets you bring in just the worst stuff into your house, that you're going to interact with every day. You're going to sleep with and wake up and eat and around and just like live in. Like, why don't we take this very seriously about your indoor air environment?
Right. And I think we talked about this before. Like, this is the stuff that I really think is making a lot of people sick in this country.
Right.
And we still allow it. The only place we make sure it doesn't get allowed is in our specifications.
That's right.
Right. Because there's no doctor saying you don't put this in your house because it'll make you sick. We don't have those labels. Yeah. The only labels we have are the things that say VOC. So we got to read our labels and understand what they mean and really push to not put them in our houses.
Right. There's no single body in the United States, no government body that proactively prohibits these industrial chemicals from being in your products. We have the Aaron Brockovich method, which is get sued enough that the financial metrics are such that it makes more sense not to use this product lest we have to pay for these hospital bills. I hope I said that the right way. But anyway, let's get us on because I feel like I would just accidentally stepped up on a soapbox and
now you like it that you're really good on the soapbox.
it's getting me down sometimes. That's a real problem.
Olive plaster finish is another sweet finish that's pretty natural that we spec.
Yeah. And that's kind of like the American clay. So
it totally is. So you just trowel it on, and it's got a more natural pigment that's in it.
Oh wait, I have one more thing to share. Do you?
Yeah.
And I know you know this, but Phil, did you know you can take a big bucket of vinegar and put in a bunch of steel wool?
Oh yes.
And let that steep.
Yeah.
For like 24 hours, and then when you
liquid nightmare.
Liquid all of that, I learned it as black magic.
Yeah.
Liquid, you can mop that onto like white oak. Really takes it really well.
Yeah.
And basically, you just made a chemical that reacts with the tannins in the wood that turns it like a carbonized black or a charcoal gray.
Yes, it's super cool.
It's super cool. And you just did, that was like a non-toxic thing. And you just got that sleek, cool New York dark wood floor finish. You still have to put something else over. You can use Vermont natural coatings over on top of that. But I know Jesse Thompson, your business partner, used that in his floor. That's right. We did it on the Beardesson house.
Yeah.
Done it a couple of times here and there. And it's always great to watch the client go, whoa, because we always like say, yeah, that's what we're doing. It's just bucket. It's steel wool. And you're like, what? Yeah, and you put it on and nothing happens. But then you start watching it change. And at the Beardesson house, it turned purple. And we were all like, keep going. And the client was like, oh, this purple's fantastic. Can we stop? Can we make it stay here? I'm like, I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was like, we don't have like a lot of control over it, but it is a neat process. All right. I diverted us for a few minutes there, but that's fun. You can put that in your specs and see how that flies.
That's right. So exterior,
let's talk exterior because that's the harder thing.
Yeah, totally. One of the things that I had mentioned before that pine tar, it's a really cool product. I'm quite dubious about the Shasugi bond.
Yes,
I love the idea.
No, yeah, okay. So
it's burning your wood siding, and treating it so this is a Japanese treatment that you do on wood. You literally singe the wood, and in doing so, you protect the wood behind the burned parts so it doesn't decay and it doesn't rot. I love the idea. I've only seen it work really well for a couple of years, and then it kind of ends.
Yeah.
And then you don't really want to do it again because it's on a torch to your house.
Right.
So, it becomes what are the other ways that you can get that cool look in your house from day one, and if you don't want to do it in a few years.
Right.
So there's black stains, and then there's this pine tar thing, which...
Yeah, so pine tar, yeah. So real quickly on the Shasugi bond, there's a lot that's still on trend. A lot of people are going after it, but thing to remember is the original Japanese Shasugi bond is Japanese cypress, which is already pretty weather resistant.
Right.
And then you char it, and then you coat it in linseed oil. And there you go. That's a lot of things that people usually don't do, but there are products that now nymph that. All right. Pine tar. Yeah. So The Vikings, you don't have to go into this whole thing, but basically,
it's just another way to get that darker color.
It's another way, basically, but
that's not necessarily a rot resistant wood.
But there's a company called Earth and Flax, which we've used it a few times, and it's really great. They're basically linseed oil based paints that mix with pine tar for different finishes and coatings, and they even have different colors and things. So like the original pine tar, is going to get you a black finish, and then you can kind of reduce that by adding linseed oil and different degrees and that sort of thing. But caution, it's quite odoriferous, and
yes,
it's right like a burnt campfire that had fish in it or something.
Keep it outside.
Yeah, keep it outside, and then it does not dry like your other paint. So if you swap that in thinking this will be fun, and then the painter uses it, they're gonna be like, "Well, time out. We just want to paint boards. 10 minutes later, flip them, paint boards, and then 10 minutes later, start putting them on." No, this is like paint boards. Wait a day, flip them over. Paint boards. Wait a day, put them on. And then final coat later. That type of thing. So it's like, if it's not planned for, it can be a real problem, and you can have the stuff on you, and then I just transfer it. It's like the old fashioned stuff that but it's pretty cool, and it's a natural product.
And the stink goes with you.
That's right, and it looks fantastic. And
apparently, you just put some on, Chris. Was that you?
This was right before we started. Pine tar.
I was just talking about the smell.
Oh no, it's a little dab behind my ears. Never mind.
Yeah.
Behind the knees. Never really understood that. But right.
I don't think that's really a thing.
No.
No.
Maybe not in the Kaplan household.
But in the Briley household.
Briley household is
the back of the knee?
Back of the knee all the time.
All the time.
I don't know what.
For days.
All right, more editing.
Let's talk about countertops. That's another thing. Can we jump to that?
Yeah. So I don't know. Here in Maine, in the houses and the quality that we do, we're usually just doing a local stone that we can find at a reasonable price. And usually the client's involved in picking out the stone that they want. But as you know, there's a lot of alternatives. And
one of the problems with stone is that it stains. Right?
Yes.
Right? So
depending on the stone and depending on how much
you're
at.
Yeah. But sometimes if a client comes to you and says, I want something that's not going to stain, your options are more limited.
Yeah.
So there are fewer things that you can go with. Do you remember Rich Light?
Oh, yeah.
Specify Rich Light?
You can remember. It's still there. You can still get it.
Yeah, but we don't really specify that much anymore. Do you still?
On occasion.
Yeah. Okay.
It's and
there was another
paper stone.
Paper stone. Thank you.
Because it's made from recycled paper and a non-phenolic resin.
Mm-hmm.
It's a phenolic resin derived from cashew nut oil or something.
That's right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's a very natural. It's not. There's nothing. It's recycled paper and
with a lot of stuff in it.
Right, and it has a surface.
It's kind of this matte surface.
It's a matte surface, reminiscent of
pretty.
slate. Yeah, and it's different. It's more soft. And I could take a quarter and I could dig into it, and go, and you'll see that scrape. And everybody, oh no, and you can kind of buff it. You can get out your orange oil, kind of rub it, and it's practically done. It's still there.
Yeah.
But if you over time, have a lot of scratches and stuff, you just sand it. Just say, all right, refinishing the countertop, with your high grit, and then you oil finish, and
it's great. Except,
but
it stains.
But especially if you do like a, is it a lemon? Is it lemon? Oh no,
beets.
Yeah,
beets are the thing that are bad. So you're not allowed to eat beets in your house if you put that product. And some clients like to eat beets. For those clients,
right,
we want to give them some other solid surface option.
Right. So you're going to hear about quartz out there. We're very gun shy about the quartz because of that thing you mentioned about the industry workers. The quartz had an issue with a lot of airborne silica, which is not good for you. And you have the lower wage workers in shoddy conditions cranking out this stuff that it was not. They had a lot of cases of lung disease.
Right.
I forget which. It's a very specific one to that.
Right. And now there's several different products that have low silica.
Yeah.
Silestone is another one that we specify.
Yeah.
And sort of a shout out to an interior designer in my office, Paige Bechtel, who's filling me in with some of the latest stuff that they've been researching. And she introduced me to Decton, which is the same company that makes Silestone.
Yeah.
But it's got zero silica. They say it's like the most cradle grade carbon neutral surface on the market. So that's
the pet product.
Their speak. But I went on their website, I vetted it. I know we specified it a number of times. People seem to be really happy with it. But apparently the factory produces 100% of all their own energy on site.
That's awesome.
I'm like, all right, you guys are going for it. That's kind of cool.
That is cool. I mean, I'll be honest. That's not on my radar. So I'm gonna research that right after.
TON.
Yeah,
Cool product.
that's our pet product of the episode.
Yeah. Do we have like a pet sound that we make when we see a pet?
No, there's a little kitten. Okay,
There it is.
there it is. Yeah. So I guess what else in finishes? I mean, we talked about paints, flooring, sheetrock, wood.
I think we're pretty
Type
good.
6. All right, let's move on
Let's
to
move on. Yeah.
what's after finishes.
Specialties?
Oh, specialties, Division 10.
Yes.
My favorite. It's a great.
Is that your favorite?
No, it's not. I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite division because the last one, whatever the last one is, that's my favorite when I'm done.
Right.
In the specs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like when, as an architect, when you go through specs, it can be a slog.
It can be a real
So you
slog.
get to the end, you just
That's
like,
why it's-
let's just do the thing we did last time.
It's really good to have a good template for a good starting template for your specs because a lot of it is boilerplate, and this is your chance to get rid of all those dumb things that have been in there for decades or whatever from the last person who used it who didn't know what they were doing and didn't care about the planet. Blah. You're transforming your office. You're getting sustainability in your specs. So
time to research all those things that you would put in. If you had done the same thing, 10 years ago.
yeah, you would never have.
Yeah, it's
totally
wrong.
Yeah.
It is now wrong.
Yeah,
Get rid of it and start over.
but you gotta stay.
Erase that part and start over.
Yeah, and keep up with your template. And I'm saying this to myself as much as anybody else. When you find a new product and you put it in, maybe put it in the template and remove the other thing.
That's right. I mean, this one of the reasons that Chris and I love doing this is because it keeps us on our toes.
Yeah.
And we do research on our specifications
Yeah.
for these podcasts. And I think we both learned a couple new things.
Yeah. Deck time.
Yeah.
Deck time?
There you go.
Deck
Next
time.
time.
So specialties. That is the category that is like
Wood stoves is in that one?
wood stoves. And I think that's about all I have for that. Well, what else is in specialties? Wood stoves, fireplaces,
Elevators? Oh, that's compliant or not?
that's yeah,
So it's
advances. All right. So let's talk about
Just about wood stoves.
We're professional architects, everyone. So
Once it gets into the double digits, things get kind of blurry.
that is true because they're
They're now 50 of them.
yeah, I know. Do you still think I'm 16?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you
For
old
sure.
timer. The old timer.
What?
Yeah. I said old timer. Anyway, so yeah, the important thing about your wood stove is you got to make sure, and we've said this before in different podcasts in different places, but you got to make sure that your product has an exterior air intake.
That's right.
And you're probably not doing a fireplace unless it's a wood stove disguised as a fireplace. And so like we put in products like the Raise product, R-A-I-S.
Reyes is how I
Reyes. I hear it both ways.
Okay.
We've got the Stuve. S-T-U. Stuve.
With is that an umlaut or just two dots?
It might be.
Stuve?
Stuve.
Yeah.
Or more so.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these are all Danish. I don't know if
Yeah, I think that has two dots too somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. Upper point of the letters. I'm really not sure.
But these are all wood stoves that seal really well that we've used in high performance houses, which of course shouldn't have wood stoves in them, but we're part cavemen deep down.
All right.
And I love a good fire.
Cold here.
It is cold here.
Yeah.
It's been, it was like 6 yesterday.
Yeah. I sort of think that we should probably do one episode, like a deep dive on fireplaces and wood stoves, all the pluses and minuses.
I feel like we've talked about it so many times in other episodes that we,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we're still using it. We're still doing things that we know are not 100% great. So we better sure as hell make our case.
Right. So
But if you do put it in your specs, make sure you have an outside air intake or you're in trouble.
that's right. Hey, but let's say, there's the electric fireplace, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Do tell more.
Okay.
about
Okay.
this.
Okay. It's fake fire. And usually, so like it is like a radiator panel. It's an electric radiator panel that has a picture of fire happening, or it's like steam to emulate, it's like theater smoke. It's like, I don't know. And they can be cool and they can be a bit of a heater, but it's fake. And you know how you feel about fake stuff, right?
Yeah. And Chris showed me this and I was like,
So like there's a product called, all right. So we just installed this. Imagine like a den or an office. It's so small in a really high performance house.
you do this with your clients. You give them a little shade. It's very seductive. I can see how they sell on, they buy onto it.
Yeah. Anyway, you're not going to put he really wanted a cozy fireplace in there. You're not going to put that in there. And like we just said, I know you think this is a good idea, but think about being in a cooler and then igniting a little fire, and you're never going to light it. But you were like, but if we want that ambience, you should remember this. It's a net zero fireplace. It's not net zero, but that's the name of it. It's the net zero fireplace. I was at a trade show, walked around all these cheesy, awful things, and I'm like, that one looks real. I'm like, looking at it, and it's a half illusion of reflection and projection, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not bad, and you can have it give off heat or not, or
But it's all electric, right?
it's all electric.
The heat is just electric radiant.
Zero emissions. It's just electric radiant, or not if you just want the look of it.
Yeah.
Or you just go to Netflix and go to the Birchwood edition fireplace, and cozy on up to your LCD. It's not LCD, whatever it is. OLED. Oh my God.
There are options.
Oh, hey, one other thing that's in specialties. Things like pull down attic doors. Those are like hatches.
Is that in spec? If you asked me right off the bat, I probably wouldn't know where it goes.
Right. You'd be like, oh, that's an opening. Maybe it's an A.
Yeah.
That is what specialty is. It's the thing that is. So
Right. So attic hatches are kind of important. Right?
they're kind of important. Yeah. And so like there's a product called the Baddick door, like attic, but with a B in front of it. So it is like a box that has the hatch, seals, and you can put your fluff all around it, your cellulose. And so, think about that, because what you don't want is having your pristine envelope, not think about your attic access, show up on the job site and be, what is this? Probably during the blower door test. And you're like, well, what? Well, of course we're failing it, because what's this hole?
There has to be a hole there.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is our, 2 in your pristine envelope that's like, R50.
And all that stuff used to be homemade.
Yes.
You used to have to figure that out years ago. Like, what are we going to do? Build a thing with box around it and make your own little gasket.
So you're on the pull down ladder, and I'm going to,
spend $5,000 trying to figure this out. Now you can just specify.
Yeah, you can just, Baddick, and there's a couple others.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
that's all I got for specialties.
I got no more. I'm ready to move on.
All right. So what's Division 11? Equipment?
Equipment is right. So we've got all our appliances in there.
Yeah. So this will, you're ready for an exciting division of appliances, the way Phil said.
I love appliances.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But
you're telling me before we even got in here, you were excited about a refrigerator.
And I found out about a new refrigerator today.
And I'm like, and now I am too. I'm like, well, I'm going to Google that when we're done.
My interior designer friend Paige was warning me. She said, there are more energy efficient appliances out there, like refrigerators, for instance. And I remember, do you remember this? This was like one of the refrigerators that Mark Rosenbaum used to specify that had like really thick insulation, and they were like a box. It was just like
it was like
big nasty box.
Was it like European?
Something like that. And they were like ugly upon ugly, So that's kind of what I thought about. And she's very right. Like if there's newfangled products, you don't really you want things that you can rely on when you're spending a lot of money on your appliances like this.
Yeah.
And that they work well, protect your food, etc. But I did do some research. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, did you say the name of the product? So you said the refrigerator is what everyone's like on the edge of the seat and they're like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Tell me, Phil.
Yeah, it is called...
Start with an L. Le Boulevardier.
Yeah. I'm glad you asked that, Chris.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
The answer is a Lieber. Liebherr. And they're really cool looking. Yeah.
That's great. And also,
They're not cheap, but they're the most energy efficient refrigerator out there. They're German. So I was like, all right, let's just add that to the list. And yeah, Energy Star is everything else.
Yeah, right. Energy Star, right. Like Energy Star is your friend. Here, I was going to say about the refrigerator, like also reconsider the size that your refrigerator is. Like, I don't know. We've experienced clients who have that luxury kitchen. They got the 3-foot fridge and the 3-foot freezer or whatever. Like that. That's
right. In a spare fridge downstairs.
Exactly. For I don't know what, but does one really need all that refrigeration, which is kind of an energy hog in terms of operation usually.
Yeah,
it's a compressor and refrigerants and all that.
Right, it is. And there's subtleties about the kind of fridge you get, like whether it's the side by side or the drawer. As I understand them, the drawer ones with the freezer down low is actually more energy efficient.
Yeah,
because cold drops. But
I don't know how true that is these days. But
right.
But it feels true.
It feels like we want to do something. It's a little bit more than Energy Star.
Yeah, maybe your Lieber has that.
It absolutely does. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's one. What else besides Energy Star?
Well, I was gonna say, you guys all see those tags that have like the estimated energy ratings and stuff, and thank goodness because of Energy Star, you can actually compare the energy performance of these products, and it's a very valuable thing. While we're in the kitchen, let's talk about induction cooktops. So we've got a bit of a white paper on the subject because I think we're feeling that change. Like it used to be, people came in and say, "Well, I know I want gas. I'm a professional in my own world, and I cook with gas. It's the most fastest, responsive, cooking stuff. It's what all the top chefs use. That's what we want. Not 6 burners.
Yeah.
And then that means, then we have to really increase the ventilation, which means we're going to suck out all this heat.
Which means we got to replace all that air that we sucked out.
Right. And worse, it's
already conditioned.
But worse, it's like living with a smoker. The benzene that it produces and still, gets into your house, is not good for you. It is legit like secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
Only you're cooking with it. How do you feel about that? Well, you still may be like, well, still, I want to be a professional chef. I'm on gas. Well, they're all switching to induction, man. It's like these induction stoves are now.
Do you have one?
No, I don't.
Yeah. We got one. I think we talked about this before.
Oh, all right. Well, as soon as mine dies, that's where I'm going.
Holy crap. Can you boil a pot of water so fast?
Yeah.
It's astounding. It's so cool.
And you don't need all the ventilation that you do for gas.
Oh.
So
way easy to clean. Just
save way more energy than the cooktop I'm probably using, which is like the ceramic top, submitted top thing.
Physical energy, you don't have to scrub it.
No,
does that count?
Yeah. Maybe.
No. Do induction.
Yeah,
there's no reason not to now. And Chris already talked about the reasons. You're going to get pushback, but
yeah.
I always get my client. I say you have to try it.
Yeah.
When we try it for a little bit,
we send them to a showroom. There's showrooms all over the place. Then there's some down in Boston. They'll cook a whole meal with you. To experience it. And my God, they're like, oh yeah. I don't know. I was thinking induction. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was cool. Sleek and cool. And it's like, oh, that's where we're all headed now.
Yeah.
What is this other prehistoric stuff we've been using?
That's right.
Right.
Dryers, heat pump dryers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have one.
Does it still suck?
No. I can say they don't suck. There's some that still do suck. No, here's the thing that I tell clients. It's like, you can have a dryer that uses less energy than your washer, is gentler on your clothes and will take twice as long to dry, but will dry. It used to be like you'll hear about condensing dryers. Those didn't even really work. No, this is a heat pump dryer. Like there is an element inside that heats up, and it rapidly, aggressively dehumidifies, your clothes inside. And so it doesn't heat up to the same temperature. They're not, frying the fibers. You're also not jetting out all that heat and air that you've conditioned in the house and throwing it out into the environment through the hole that you made through your pristine envelope.
Right.
So from an energy efficient standpoint, it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. If you are a family of 6 or 7 and you've got teenage boys with their sports or girls with their sports, good Lord, then you see when
you have 2 girls, my boy.
I know. And there's sports. So like it's like the laundry cycles could become extreme where if you have to wait 2+ hours for one dry cycle, you're going to be like, it's not working for me. So don't do that yet. But if you're a couple and, what do you need?
I think so much is expectations.
It is. Yeah.
So I'm going to share this with you. We're about to go to Japan for our vacation. I'm really excited.
I'm excited for you. That's going to be great.
But like we've got an Airbnb for where we're staying in Tokyo, and and this is a regular thing. It's got a washer, no dryer.
Right.
Why do you need a dryer? Your clothes dry.
Yeah.
And your clothes, they dry. What's the problem?
Yeah.
It's just not a thing.
Why are you going to burn dinosaurs to
take up all that space, use all that energy?
Yeah.
They're going to dry in a day. What's the big deal? Relax.
Yeah.
So a lot of this are expectations and air culture and, moving fast. We have enough clothes to last for 2 days. We can have half of them be drying on the line if we've got room for it, So just a different way to think about things.
Yeah.
That's it. I do not have a heat pump dryer, but I probably should.
Right. Well, when your next dryer kicks
when time comes.
Yeah, that's how I am with this stuff. Getting ready.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
That's right.
Anyway, I think
what else? I think that's probably it for equipment.
Yeah.
And
how we doing?
We're moving along there.
We're moving along.
With the clothes they got.
Oh, no, we're not. We got HVAC. We got plumbing. We're not going to do a part 3.
No, we're not.
Let's focus.
Ready?
Here we go. Plumbing.
We don't have that much to talk about for plumbing.
No, but you got to make sure radon is taken care of in your specs. Because if you don't, you've got yourself a legal problem if it happens and you don't. If your building gets built and you don't have that in there.
That's right. Prep for radon. And you don't even necessarily always need to put the fan on all the way through the house or the roof yet. You can just wait, cap it off, test it. And if you need to add that fan later, at least you're ready to go at that point.
Yeah.
So very easy to put a PVC pipe inside an interior wall.
We used to get crazy about the plumbing pipes because the PEX used to have, crazing, used to like degrade in,
oh, right.
Yeah, used to crack and degrade and on the inside. And so like that, you'd be ingesting like these microplastics and stuff. But all those formulas have changed and they're much better. They're just about the same as, the second you're saying, I don't want plastic pipes for my supplies, then you're like, well, do you want copper pipes with your, they're naturally, antimicrobial, but you still get the biofilm lining hole inside. You'd be horrified if you cut your supply pipes and looked at them and liked them and go, oh my God, I'm drinking from this. Yeah, you are. It's like that's your gut health. That's where your gut health comes from. Everyone relax. All right. So our specs, that's not as critical a thing.
Right.
But you know what for plumbing, something that we have put in our specs is when that plumbing goes through the roof and it's a vent, I don't want to see if I've got a black roof, I don't want to see white up there. Like it's one of those things like where do you put in your specs? Like all pipes that penetrate the roof to match the roof color. Because then you'll walk out there and they'll be white and be like, can we paint that please? And like, no, that's going to cost you. Will it? Because it's in the specs. We expected that. You mean you want that? That's what your company, this is what you guys do? Oh, then you're all set.
That's good. I'll tell you another thing that put in our specs too.
Yeah.
And we get in our drawings too, but I realize now that we put in our specs, we might as well mention it, that all plumbing vents have to be in the top third of the roof.
Yes. And to consolidate when possible.
And consolidate when possible, yes.
Yes, because a lot of times...
Well, we have this here. It's an issue with New England that we have snow that builds up and falls and knocks around those vents. And what happens when things get knocked around and in your roof, you have leaks.
Yeah.
So
normally the lower the vent is,
the more speed that snow can crash into them. So
the more pressure on it. And so get them up, tie them up there, put them on the north. Put them on the north. Try to keep a pristine south slope, which you're probably doing anyway for your solar panels, which
right.
probably also in the electrical division.
That's right. Which is next. All right.
Plumbing.
HVAC.
Good.
That was good.
All right. HVAC is dangerous. We could really go.
I think we're just going to have another whole thing on HVAC.
Which we probably will. We'll have some smart people join us. But what are the highlights we can hit? You're probably...
Air source heat pumps.
Right.
Across the board.
I will say, timestamp us. We're at December 10th.
Mm-hmm.
In February, Mitsubishi's coming out with their new line of air-to-water heat pumps.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Dana Fisher. It's very exciting. There's the traditional air-to-water heat pump pack that's on the outside, but it has the air exchanger on the inside. So it's like a little sandwich. So the heat exchanger, so all your refrigerants out here, and they come into the wall just a little bit, and then your exchangers inside.
Right on the inside.
So you don't have that whole, what happens with the water going in? That sort of thing. Yeah. So I don't understand the full mechanism of like replacing this and keeping this, where they both replace and whatever. But it's the refrigerants stay in the units and then they're sealed and that sort of thing. So it's not, you can avoid the refrigerant problem. You can probably go back to using flammable refrigerants, etc. Exciting times.
Sweet.
Coming up. February, look out for whatever Mitsubishi's doing, and we'll all learn about together. ERVs, you got an ERV.
Right. So
we've covered that.
You don't have a high performance home if you don't have an ERV.
Right. Everything used to be Zender. We now have like some Renew Air and Brink from our friends at 475. You can use the same Comfo tubes. I love the Comfo tubes. The instead of knocking
flexible work, 3-inch diameter kind of things that you can run anywhere and everywhere.
And the reason why I like them most is because one of those, 12 CFM. So now you can start thinking about CFM. How much CFM do you need here? How much do you need there? How many pipes do I need? Oh my God, I'm designing mechanical stuff. Dangerous.
I trust you,
but I feel good about it. Let's see. What else do we want to say? Yes. One other thing that's in our specs, has been for a while. Little back dampers, backflow preventers.
The little flappy rubbery thing that you showed me about. That apparently we do, but I didn't really have a name for it.
It's the Tamarack, or it's the Cape Vent. It's the Cape Vent Tamarack backdraft damper. It's a dumb sock. It's like low tech.
Basically backdraft damper.
You basically shove it into the ductwork like in your bathroom exhaust fan. You put this, you shove it in right where your envelope basically is, your thermal envelope. You want it right there, and that's where it's going to stop that cold air from getting back into your fan and dropping down on you. Even though all this equipment has backdraft dampers, but they're just little flaps. And so, of course, on a windy day, they're just, and you can be under your bath fan. Like, where's that draft coming from?
Sure.
Not with one of these, baby.
That's so cool.
And they're so cheap and dumb and easy. And people are like, what? Just shove it in there? Yeah, shove it in there. It's great. That's in the specs. And then,
what else?
I don't know. I think we're doing okay for mechanical, electrical.
Electrical, you need get your EV chargers in, right?
That's right. You and I have talked about this. There's no reason this day and age you're doing a garage that you don't have at least another 240, outlet in your garage in preparation for the EV. What EVs? I'm not using those things. You say that now. What about It's so easy.
That's
It's
right.
so easy to put
Or
it.
you can get an EVA after the fact like I did, and then have one of those chargers stuck on the side of your house in a place where you really don't like the way it looks.
I'm
Because
sorry.
you didn't think of that ahead of time.
Yeah.
I mean, this house is 22 years old, so I wasn't thinking about it then.
Hey, that is a
So-
high-performance architecturally award-winning high-performance.
With a big old ugly EV charger right on the outside by the front door now. So think about it ahead of time.
There you go. And then, of course, you need to make sure you got your smoke detectors, all the life safety stuff that you need in your electrical specs.
That's right. Prep for solar panels or put them on.
Right. Well, you just kind of glossed over the whole prep for solar panels. Because even if you're not doing solar panels, even if your client said, "Nah, I'm not doing that." There are some.
You got to run a conduit to the roof. Do it now.
Just do it. So easy to do now. Well, during construction, harder for some retrofit stuff usually. So, well, we've done it again.
We did. I don't know, over an hour.
We've gone over an hour, and you spent it with us.
Thank you.
Riveted to
are
the
grateful.
Yeah, we are grateful. And look at this. Shrink my giant
It's gone.
sphere cube is gone. Why is yours still on? Mine was the integrity of mine is. Okay. This has been the Green Architects Lounge with Chris and Phil. Like, follow, subscribe, do all the social media things
Or email us at thegreenarchitectslounge.
at gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.